Good one, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Daily Energy. The day is lead you. Thini Ninai de Fry. Lead you. Thini Ninai de Fry. It is the 19th day of July. Okay. It is a day of spirituality, friendship, perfectionism, and awareness. Some things that we want to do today. We want to move towards our goals, okay? Overall, today's energy is it's about you trying to improve yourself, me trying to improve myself, us trying to improve ourselves, okay? It is about self-improvement. And in order to improve self, you have to take some time to get to know self. So today is a good day to take some time to get to know yourself in relation to people, places, and things. Okay, other people, places, and things in relation to your environment, in inner and outer environment. You want to get to know yourself internally and externally, but get to know yourself internally because that is the self that is going to last. That is the self that is going to um, nurture the external self. So get to know yourself internally, okay? And when you go internally, you'll know that there is a total internal environment, okay? And so get to know yourself in relation to your mind, in relation to your body, in relation to your soul, in relation to your spirit. Get to know all aspects of yourself because that is how you get to know your authentic self. And until you get to know your authentic self, you don't really know who you are. Okay? You don't really know who you are. And so, I mean, honestly, I thought I knew who I was. I mean, I've been told who I was for a long time, but really getting to know that thing for myself, that's pivotal. Get to know who you are for yourself. And this is the day to do it because this is overall. A lot of times, yes, you can go and you can spend time with friends, and it's a good day to do it because it's the day of friendship. But that, you know what I'm going to tell you, right? Because I told you this before. It's not just about being a friend to somebody else. It is also about being a friend to yourself. Hey, girl, how you doing? You doing okay? That's mirror talk, okay? I talk to myself in the mirror all the time. All the time I talk to myself in the mirror. I'd be like, hey girl, how you doing? Been doing this my entire life. That's how I'm able to run through and leap over a lot of things because I talk to myself. But it seems like I'm talking to myself, but really I'm talking to God. Okay, I'm talking to God. And so I just have that moment. Excuse me, I'm not I had to spray for some flies earlier, and so I think I'm getting some choked up on some Raid, if I'm being honest. I think I'm getting choked up on some Raid. Hashtag farm laugh, life, hashtag farm laugh. Oh my goodness. Hashtag farm laugh. That should be a whole thing because it's some funny situations that happen here. Hashtag farm laugh, hashtag country life, hashtag farm life, hashtag sometimes it's a mess, hashtag but we gonna get it together, hashtag because that's why we spend time with not only ourselves but with each other. Yes, that is what that's about because you do so much. You do so much, when it comes down to trying to be there for people, play other people, places, and things. But being a friend to yourself is about being there for yourself also. Because you are important. You is important. Yes, you are important. And I realized something. I told you uh a story the other day about an old man, and he used to go around. Well, he wasn't really old, but he pretended to be like an old man, and he used to go around the city, and he used to say, "I got a mansion. Want to go with me to my mansion?" Okay. In that story, I realized something later on because I'm still developing that story. Because y'all know I made that story up on spot, right? Yeah, I do that sometimes. And so I was still thinking about that story. And a part of that is I just realized that, you know, that woman that was the first in, that means she had to go through more than though the rest of them had to go through. Uh-huh. She had to go through more than what the others had to go through. And the audacity of those that were turning back. And this woman that was in the worst position, this woman that was in the most pain, she she basically picked up her bed and walked. She kept going. She ran through and leaped over anything that came in her way because she had belief. Uh-huh. In something greater than herself. In someone greater than herself, although she didn't know it at the time. Uh-huh. But in order to get that kind of belief, you have to go in and spend time with yourself spiritually, okay? Because the thing about it is your internal self can hold up your external self, but your external self cannot hold up your internal self. So sometimes you have to put the external stuff on the back burner so you can put the internal stuff at on the front eye, okay? So you can keep an eye out on your stuff and make sure it's cooked just right and juicy and not to the point to where it's burned and its heart is hardened. Uh-huh. So that's why you got to spend time with yourself so you'll know when you're getting bitter, child. Because you know what I tell you, right? Bitterness got a nasty bite. Bitterness got a nasty bite. Those that you deem bitter, they bitter because they done been through. Uh-huh. They bitter because they done been through. But the problem is, you bitter because you done been through, but you didn't take the time to stay in that thing so that you will be able to get ripened. Okay? Notice fruit that you bite before it's ready to eat. Oftentimes it's bitter. I made that mistake a few times, okay? I was like, oh, that's pretty. Let me taste that. And I put it in my mouth. It was, oh, child, it was so nasty. And then it had the audacity to have an aftertaste to it. That's how bad it was. It had an aftertaste. So what I'm saying is bitterness has a nasty bite. But the reason why is not that you went through what you went through just for nothing. You went through for what you went through for the experience to gain something out of that so that you can grow and that you can ripen so that you can become edible so that you can be nutrition and substance for someone down the way along the line. That's why you went through what you went through. It wasn't, oh Lord, I'm talking to somebody right now. It wasn't for you to stop and just give up in that. And you know what I tell you, you lost your job and now you don't know how you're going to make it to next month. Well, my friend, everything that happens, whether people believe it or not, it happens for a reason. I know some people say, I don't want to sign up on that. No, everything that happens, it happens for a reason. And I'm here to tell you that the reason is going to be for your good. You just have to go. You have to go far enough down the line to see what that good is. I'm telling you, I know that I know that I know. What I'm saying is accurate. You have to keep going. That's why I keep telling you to run through and leap over that thing. Because I know what's on the other side of it. All right? You got to believe what's on the other side of it. And it's going to be for your good. No matter what it is that you have to go through. No matter what it is that you're going through. There's some good in this for you. You just got to keep going. See, you might be the first in. And see, when you're the first in, you don't get a blueprint. You don't get instructions. You make the instructions. Some people, do you know before there was rules, there were people who made the rules? All right? So rules are not for everybody. They are for those who need them. But you, my friend, you are a rule maker. Do you hear what I'm saying? You are a rule maker. And that means sometimes you have to break your own rules. Your rules that say, I'm not going to, I hear this often now, but it's kind of accurate. But I hear this often now. I'm not going to chase after no man. Now, here's the thing. You don't have to chase after no man. But if you love that man, you will call that man and check up on that man. Yes, most of cases, in most cases, see, y'all got to realize it goes two ways. It's reciprocity. Yes, he's going to cater to you. Yes, he's going to provide for you. Yes, he's going to be there for you. He's going to protect you. But what about when he's down and he needs somebody to be there for him? What you want him to call you, call him, call you. But when do you pick up the phone and call him and say, hey, are you okay? But you want to be prideful. Okay? You want to be prideful and say, I'm not going to go chase after no man. Baby, don't go chase after no man. But you say you love this man. And this man shows you that all Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, this man shows you that he loves you from that time to umpteenth Mondays. Okay? He shows you. That's rare. Ooh, I'm talking to somebody. That's rare to have that kind of man. Okay? That does that. Okay, but you think he's just like that person that you had back then, and you gonna mess around because you didn't let go of that past, you didn't forgive that past, you gonna mess around and make your twin pay for something that narcissist did, and your twin is not your narcissist. Your soulmate is not your narcissist. This is somebody that you've always loved, and so now you're gonna try to make them pay. Okay, because that narcissist, baby, you loved that narcissist dirty draws, didn't you? You loved that narcissist dirty draws. You cooked for that narcissist. You cleaned for that narcissist. Okay? You bought that narcissist clothes. You paid that narcissist rent, truth be told. You took care of that narcissist, but now you get a good man, and you can't tell that good man from that jacked up man that did you wrong because you don't trust him. But see, now, here's the thing. Ain't nothing wrong with you just picking up the phone. That's not chasing a man by picking up the phone and saying, hey, how you doing? Are you doing okay? It goes both ways. It's reciprocity. You got to check up on him just like he checked up on you. You got to fight for him just like he fought for you. And if he didn't fight for you, then that's how you know. But I'm talking about these good men out here. That you are being unfair to, because you didn't go in and do your inner work and to forgive all of that happened then. You're still holding on to the past, and that past gonna have you miss out on this good man. I have this friend. I'm gonna call her my friend. I have this friend, and she's crushing on this guy, and this guy has told her that he liked her, told her that how he felt about her, all of this stuff, like shows up, you know, shows up. Now, granted, he got communication issues, so he don't do enough either. But the thing is so much potential there. But this friend of mine just wants him to call her, call her, call her. It's always about her, 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 her. But what about him? Baby, what about him? I tell you, like, whoo, child, y'all just don't know what y'all got. Y'all just don't know what you got. That's why, because you treat him like that, and that's why he ends up going off and finding Becky and Susie and Pam and Gina. And then you like, well, it's me. But when he was doing good to you, it was like him you did not see. Just like he check on you, you got to check on him. Y'all don't know what y'all got. See, y'all just don't know what you got. All right? And that's why you don't know what you got. And that's why it becomes easy for a thought to come take. I said it. You don't know what you got. And that's why it's easy for a thought to come take. I'm not saying it should be one-sided. I'm saying it should be reciprocity. I check up on you. You check up on me. I check up on you. You check up on me. I do for you. You do for me. We should not be fighting over tissue and water. That's narcissistic behavior. So if you're fighting over tissue and water and the stuff, if y'all can't provide for each other's need and y'all are always bickering and fighting, it's something wrong. Okay? It's something wrong. And so you got to go back to the drawing board and find out why you got in the relationship in the first place. If you got in a relationship for lust, of course you're going to have issues with trust. All right? Of course you're going to have issues with trust. But let me get back to the words of the day. I went on that tangent. But that's why you got to do your inner work. And you got to get to know yourself. You know, Michelle Obama said something one time I watched when she was interviewing with Oprah, I think it was. She was talking about how when her and former President Obama was having a rocky relationship, she had those trust issues, so to speak, but it came down to a point to where she stopped asking and wondering about where he was and what he was doing. And then she started checking for herself. Instead of worried about him going to the gym, she said she started going to the gym. That's what I'm talking about. Instead of focusing on everybody else, you start to focus on yourself on days like this when it's time for you to do your inner work. And focusing on your inner environment. All right? Because that's going to hold up your external. So if you're feeling like giving up, and if you're feeling like letting go, that's because you're focused on your external, and your external is not being able to sustain your internal. Your internal is trying to take over, but your external is trying to hold you back. All right? Your internal is trying to propel you forward, but your external is trying to hold you back. So today it's time for you to put that external on a back burner to focus on your internal and speak life into yourself. See the beauty in yourself and be a friend to yourself, because if you know how to be a friend to yourself, that means you know how to be a friend to someone else. And you're not a so-called friend, you are a friend to someone else because you know how to be a friend to yourself. For a long time I had to be a friend to myself because I didn't have nobody else. I had to be a friend to myself when my child passed away. I had to be a friend to myself out there in them streets, on them streets. All right? I had to be a friend to myself. And that friend, being a friend to myself, allowed me to go in. Okay? And when I went in, I met a friend better than my friend to myself. It's a process. And you got to go through that process. But that process is going to get you to some progress. All right? So let me get back to the words of the day. So move towards your goals. Run through and leap over obstacles, any obstacles, okay? Test your limits. Yes, you can. Si se puede. Si se puedo. Si puedo, no sé, pero. But you gotta keep going. Expand your knowledge and experience. Work on self-improvement, okay? Raise your standards. Okay? Raise your standards. Don't settle. This is not about that right now, but don't settle. Go after what it is you want. Because, baby, let me tell you something. When you know what the bottom looks like, when you know what it looks like at the bottom of that pit, underneath, in the pit, underneath the pit, under a rock, when you know what that looks like, that's an advantage. That's not a disadvantage. Because now you know you can't go no lower than that. When you've been broken to the point of brokenness, now you know you can't be broken no more than that. So why not strive to see what the top looks like? When you already know what the bottom looks like, why not go on and on and on and keep going and keep going, trying to fulfill your purpose? Ooh, now let's talk about fulfillment. Because that's being a friend to yourself. Because until you feel more fulfilled, you are going to have this thing like this void. You're going to be incomplete. And so when you're unfulfilled, you're not being your whole self. So what is it that will cause you to be more fulfilled? God. I don't care what they say. God is real. All right? And God, without God, it is impossible to be fulfilled, okay? Without the belief in something higher than yourself, it is impossible to be fulfilled. Because that means you think you know what you do not yet know, and you will never know because you don't want to. All right? But anyway, so God is the first thing that's going to fulfill you. Purpose is the second thing that's going to fulfill you. And getting to know yourself, self-discovery, that is the next thing that's going to fulfill you, your authentic self. Okay, so you have God, you have purpose, and you have the authentic you. That is what's going to fulfill you. Anything outside of that, baby, it's not going to work. Okay, and so you want to get to that point to where you feel more fulfilled. And what you got to do to get to know yourself? You got to go into yourself. That's how you get to know yourself. You go into yourself and get to know your inner environment. All right. So learn. So raise your standards. Learn as much as possible. Make an important breakthrough. Running through and leaping over, running through and I'm running. I'm running. I'm running through and leaping over, running through and leaping. Hey! Ow! 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 Oh, I had a moment. Okay. But run through and leap over, okay? All right. So that's how you get your breakthrough. See, you got to go far enough in life to get your breakthrough. You got to keep pressing against the soil, and you got to keep hitting it in the same spot over and over again, and eventually you get your breakthrough. Uh-huh. Yeah. You got to tell that thing, "Oh, you thought you was going to take me down? You can't take me down. I'm her. You're not going to take me down. I'm him. Circumstance, situation. I was born for this." They thought they was going to take me out, y'all. They thought they was going to take me out. They thought they was going to take you out. But you was born for this. You better know that thing. All right? You better know that you know that you know that you know. Okay? So let's go on and keep on and go back to this words of the day, all right? But we're not in words yet. So breakthrough, push your work and lifestyle to new heights, okay? Transition and change. Transition and change. Transition and change, meaning adapt. When something's not working, adapt. Okay? Take center stage. But remember, when you take center stage, what that mean? That mean all eyes on you. He watching me. Oh, he watching me. Boo, he watching me. Okay, follow your bliss. Learn more about yourself. Stay dedicated to the task at hand. All right, some things that we do not want to do today. Do not be stubborn. Ooh, child. Do not be forceful. Do not be negative. Do not be exhausting. Do not neglect family and friends, okay? It's about you being a friend to yourself, but it's also about being a friend. So you might want to call them up and say, "Hey, how you doing?" All right, do not be obsessive. Do not stress. Do not exaggerate. Ooh, Lord. Do not settle. Do not get overwhelmed. Do not be moody. Do not be insecure. Do not be impatient. And do not be too hard on yourself. Okay? Your flesh is to blame, not your spirit. Listen, your flesh is to blame, not your spirit. Listen, your flesh is to blame, not your spirit. Okay? So that's one of the things that God told me, that Father told me, is that your flesh is to blame, not your spirit. That's why I call you perfect. God calls me perfect, and I was like, me? You call me perfect? Do you really know who you talk? Do you know who I am? And you call me perfect? I kid you not. Clear as day, perfect. So I'm perfect. Internally. But externally, it can't hold up my spiritualness, okay? So the external can't hold up my internal. But I put so much work into my internal to the point that God called my internal perfect. But it wasn't because I'm thinking. It's not. Now I'm just thinking here. I'm thinking the reason being is because I do got a perfect heart. Okay? I do got a perfect heart. I don't want nothing bad to happen to nobody. And that's the only reason why I could think he's calling me perfect. Because, baby, this external is far from it, okay? All right. So, some things to remember. Remember to forget. No, we're not on there, okay? Where were we at? Insecure. Do not be too hard on yourself. Oh yeah, we are on remember. Some things to remember. Remember to forgive the past. All right. Forgive the past. That's what we were talking about earlier. You got to forgive the past so you can be present in the now so that you can prepare for your future. So that person that's over here still in the past, in that past relationship, mess around and find out that end up with a freaking narcissist because you are sitting up here trying to neglect a good man. Mess around and find out because you didn't let go of that past that made you feel like you weren't enough, made you feel like you were inferior, made you feel like the only thing you were good for was between your legs. And that's a full on, whole on lie. All right? So don't let that lie survive. Okay? You survive. All right? But don't let that lie survive. All right? Remember holding onto the old limits the new. That's why. All right? You still holding on to him. And you neglecting him. You still holding on to her. What she did to you, that heartbreak she put on you. And now you're neglecting her. Mess around and find out. Remember what you focus on, you attract. Remember when you expect, you set yourself up. Remember, first impressions last. Remember, effort makes the ordinary extraordinary. Remember to keep your mind and body active. Remember, there are always opportunities to learn. Learn from everything that you've gone through. There's a lesson in everything. Everyone that you come in contact with, you are to learn something from them, okay? So learn, 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 learn. Remember, inadequacies indicate wrong position. Inadequacies indicate wrong position. Because remember yesterday I was telling you about you, well, it might have been a day before yesterday actually, about you being unique and different and unusual to make a difference. So only you can fulfill your purpose. Only you can do it. And that uniqueness is that purpose. That uniqueness is for that purpose. Okay? So only you can fulfill that purpose. Nobody was born to do the exact thing that you can do, that you're here to do. For instance, musicians, right? Songwriters, they write a lot of songs. But that one songwriter was born to write the song that they wrote. Nobody else would have been able to think of that song because they were not purposed to think of that song. So that is an example of how your uniqueness, your unusualness, your difference, your abnormalness is all for your becomingness, for your purpose. Okay? So, yeah, it's important. I lost my train of thought. Where was I at? All right. Let me see. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, you're in the wrong position. Okay, you're in the wrong position. So if it's not working out any other kind of way, right? If everything you do seems like it's failing over and over and over again, you keep trying to do this, failing, keep trying to do this, it's failing. That is time. It's an indication that you are out of alignment. Okay, when you are in line with your purpose, like they say, your gift will make room for you. Baby, when I tell you that thing is true, your gift will make room for you. All of a sudden, I got something on my face. All of a sudden, your gift will make room for you. It's just like all them other things. It's like you start walking, and all of that, the issues from your past, they got to make room, okay? Because your gift, they ain't got no reason, they ain't got no choice but to get out of the way, because your gift is like, move, move, get out the way. Move, get out the way. Move, get out the way. That is your uniqueness. That is your gift. That is your talent. It has that thing about just like, oh, they said this about you. Oh, that's okay. Because your gift says move, get out the way. And then it says move, get out the way. Oh, you can't stop it. You can't stop what God has started in me. You can't stop what God has started, you see. They can't stop what God has started in you. They can't stop what you were here to do. Because that's your purpose, boo. That's your purpose. You better know that thing, and you better know that you know that you know that you know. All right? So if it seems like things are going good for you, that's because you're in alignment with your purpose. If it seems like you're getting some drawback, you either got a lesson to learn, or you got some excess fat to burn, so to speak. When it comes down to weight, you got to let go of some of that weight that is no good for your purpose, okay? All right? Because it holds you back, all right? So remember, inadequacies indicate wrong position. Remember to be more than you do. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Did you hear that? Remember to be more than you do. Remember to be more than you do. All right. So sometimes, when it comes down to being friends, sometimes it seems like, you may feel anyways, that you got to do. Like, if I don't do for these people, they ain't going to like me. If I don't give them this, they ain't going to like me. That's true in some cases. Some of them ain't going to like you when you don't give to them, especially when you don't tell them what they want to hear when they want to hear it. Lesson learned, check. When you don't tell them what they want to hear when they want to hear it, lesson learned, check. Okay? All right? And so, but for you need to be. Because remember, that goes in line with what I just said a while ago about if you don't be yourself, if you don't step into your authenticity, that means your purpose can't be fulfilled, because your purpose is waiting for you to be your authentic self. Because if you try to be someone else, then you won't be aligned, or you will not be able to align with your purpose. Okay? Because you're trying to go the wrong direction. It's like going to the wrong house and trying to put your keys in the door at the wrong house. Just ain't gonna fit, baby. It ain't gonna fit. Yes, I said ain't, and ain't is a word. True story. Yes, I said ain't. And ain't is a word. I remember you, friend. Okay. All right. So let's see. So yes, do more, be more than you do. Okay. Remember to be kind to others and yourself. Remember, you need inspiration and drive. Remember, experience create the opportunities for growth. Remember, life is an adventure. Remember, you must be authentic to be perfect. Remember to strive for betterment. You need personal power. You need strength. You need standards to raise your standards, okay? Raise your standards. Don't settle for less than what God has promised you. See, the reason why a lot of times those relationships are not working is because you're trying to settle for less than what God has promised you. Yes. You trying to settle for some small fries when God is trying to give you a whole baked potato with all the fixing. I mean, you got your sour cream, you got your mozzarella cheese, you got your cheddar cheese, you got your lechuga, you got your tomate, you got your oh, yeah. You got all of the above, okay? You got your. It's a whole pico de gallo situation going on that on that baked potato. I haven't eaten breakfast yet. That's why I'm making a lot of food references. Mm-hmm. But yeah, okay. All right. So raise your standards, okay? Intellect. You need intellect, energy, awareness, progress, confidence. All right. You need to feel yourself, okay? You need to feel yourself because it's important. That's the problem. That's the problem when it comes down to this issue of why you don't trust this person is because you're insecure based on someone else not making you feel secure. But that's why you have to go into yourself so that you'll feel secure within yourself, okay? Because you was looking for the external to secure the internal, and this external cannot secure the internal secures the external. That's why when everything falls away externally, you don't lose everything because you have everything internally, okay? So that person that told you you were fat, you were ugly, you were never going to be nothing, you were bald headed, you were, that made you feel inferior. They said all of those things, and they started planting their seeds of insecurity, and those seeds became weeds. But baby, you're gonna have to dig those things out of yourself, and today is the day for you to dig those things out of yourself, okay? So awareness, progress, confidence, talent, patience, be patient, okay? All right, you dig those weeds out, you plant your seeds. Don't be letting nobody else plant their seeds in your internal self. Plant their weeds all up in your beautiful garden. You plant your seeds, and then you plant your seeds of potential, and you nurture those seeds. You water those seeds. You let spirit shine down on those seeds, and you be patient and you wait for those seeds to grow. Okay, you wait for those seeds to grow. Okay, that's the emotional security that we need. And emotional security. That's why I do these emo checks so that we can work on our emotional security. Because a lot of times when we get upset with somebody else, we get emotional, and our emotions basically they tell us how to feel about a situation, a place, a person, or a thing, okay? All right, but how we respond to it, that's on us. So we need emotional security, but we can't get that from the outside because emotions come from the inside. So we got to go in to deal with that and release anything. Okay, we need to release anything that is adverse to what it is that we're working on internally. Release tension, release sorrow, release strife, release regret, release unbelief, release insecurity, release all of that that no longer serves you now. We need transformation. We need opportunities. Okay, we need to catch the ride with time and opportunity. Remember, I told you about catching the ride with time and opportunity. See, time and opportunity, they run together, okay, with consequence. See, time and opportunity, they friends, and consequences, all of them, they run together. They in the same group. All right. And so this is when I tell you that this is called the wheel of fortune. When you're down, a time is going to come that you're going to be up. When you're up, a time is going to come that you're going to be down. So you want to prepare for the time when you're down, when you're down, for when you might be up. You want to prepare for the time when you're up, for the time when you want to be down. So when you're up, you save. When you're down, you work hard to strive to get up again. Okay. You work on yourself so that you can catch the ride with time and opportunity. If you stay stuck and time and top opportunity is up here, and then you start moving like this, then that means it's like you're chasing Okay, you're chasing. All right, you're chasing. Okay, and it seems like you're never able to get ahead because you're chasing. All right, and so that's what it means. You just started moving, and things you got to stop, okay, in order to catch the ride with time and opportunity. Now here's the thing: if you catch the ride with time and opportunity, when time and opportunity gets to you and you catch that ride, baby, it's gonna seem like everything is working out for you the way it should. So you want to catch that ride with time and opportunity. All right. All right. Okay. So, but now look, consequence. You will experience consequence for your actions and the lack thereof. That's why I say consequence rise with time and opportunity, because consequence, it doesn't care what you did in your past, your present, or your future. Consequence is fluid. It can show up in your past, it can show up in your present, and it can show up in your future. There ain't no telling with consequences. A wild card, okay? Discipline, okay? So we need discipline. We need to put in the effort, because effort makes the ordinary what? Baby. Effort makes the ordinary extraordinary, okay? So persevere, okay? And we need perseverance and we need responsibility. Some ways to be. Let me see how much time. I'm 45 minutes in, Lord. Some ways to be patient, be creative, be progressive, be confident, be realistic, be positive, be disciplined, be energetic, be optimistic, be ambitious, be a team player, be enthusiastic, be a leader, be charming, be intellectual, be grounded, be aware. The words of the day: negative, work, experience, review, resolved, Utah, envy, fear, put, ram, headbutt, which ram and headbutt are the same word. I just separated them so I can interpret, okay? Up, post, and office came from the same word, okay? So here's the thing. All right, so negotiate and work. Okay, so today is giving me business vibes. Okay, we're gonna see a lot of negotiations happening over the next 3 days. This could be negotiations in politics, negotiations in business. We're gonna see negotiations probably on a humanitarian um, on the humanitarian front, okay? Negotiations worldwide, okay? Worldwide negotiations. It's like, if you do this, we won't do this. But if you continue to do this, oh, I got you. And believe me when I tell you, it ain't play. All right. So experience. All right. So we might see more and more people. Okay. Work and experience. People are going to be looking for work, because a couple of weeks ago we had unemployment, and so you're going to be looking for work. And so today is a good day for you to look for work, put in the applications. Make sure you spend some time on your experience, okay? But I'm getting a lot of people are going to get some callbacks for some interviews over the next few days, okay? Something coming up about experience. It might be a new experience that comes out. It could be like I almost said a new theme park, but I don't know. It's just like maybe a new trend, something that has not been thought of, something innovative. It's going to be a new experience, okay? The words of the day are not that drastic right now. It's not a lot of words because, we just had that climax, right? The climax was with trumpet and pen, aka Trump in Pennsylvania. Okay, that was the climax. Okay, that was in the words of the day. And so that was the climax. And so I noticed after that the words got smaller. Okay, so it's kind of like yeah, that rising and falling type of thing. All right. And so resolved is a word of the day as well. So it's basically solving issues, solving problems. Um, yeah, I'm getting a lot of what do you call it? Like amendments, bills coming out, business, taking care of business. We're gonna see more business and politics in the news. Obviously, we already seeing that. Something about Utah is coming up. It could be something significant that happens in Utah. It could be something significant about the Utah post office, or something about a post office. Might be detached from Utah, but something significant about Utah. Okay. Because there's a negotiate, it could be like a hold up, a stand up in Utah, but I'm not getting any like violent words. It could be somebody headbutt somebody in Utah. Um, could be a sports team. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what's significant about Utah. We have envy. We have fear. It could be something that causes people in Utah to be fearful. Okay. Something about post office. Okay. If you're down, the time is going to be that you're going to be up. Okay. For somebody, it's significant for somebody. If I was talking to you today and you're jobless, go put in an application in the post office. Okay. Something significant about an office. All right. And then I literally have the word up. Have y'all noticed that? Hante, over the last few messages, over the last few words of the day, Father has been giving me some good information for the chosen, baby. He's giving me information telling me that if you were down, a time is going to come where you're going to be up. So up, 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 get up, 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 get up, up, up. You're going to be up, friend. All right, so moving on for the words of the day, because I can't figure out what's significant about post and office. Okay, post and office, all right? It could just be politics, but envy and fear, you're going to see more envy and fear. Something about a ram, okay? It could be the car. It could be something about a ram, okay? Put is another word of the day. I can't figure that out, so I'm going to go on to the affirmation. The affirmation is, I raise my vibration as I raise my standards. Okay, the journal prompt is I raise. The moon phases the waxing gibbous. Okay, the emo check is, do you believe life has been fair to you? Why or why not? That is the emo check. Okay, I just left it at that because I want to know. I want to know for myself, but I'm saying don't tell me all your business. But I'm just saying I want to know. You need to know for yourself. So that's something that you want to include in your journal. Do you believe life has been fair to you? Why and why not? Okay, or why not? Some things that you may today, you may need to listen to your gut. You may need to listen to your gut. Your gut say run, run. Your gut say go, go. You say up, up, all right? Listen to your gut, okay? May receive an important message, may need to take care of business, all right? See, I told you I was getting a lot of business vibes today. May have to comfort someone, may think about mastering life, okay? It is a day for friendship and spirituality, okay? Thank y'all for joining me today. I truly appreciate you. This has been longer than usual, but hey, yesterday I missed you, all right? I missed you. So take care of yourself and each other. You get a heart, you get a heart, you get a heart, you get a heart. Hearts go out.